Okay, greetings my Stampin' friends. This is Linda Tolson Yarbrough, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you from Carrollton, Texas. I'm going to be sharing with you today some of the paper pumpkin kits. Two of them I've put together on one of my cards I'm going to be showing to you today. The first one I'm going to show you is the October 2020 kit, and it was called Joy to the World. And that kit I made it, it included enough supplies to make 8 cards, and this was what the card bases were. And I'm trying to get you to come up on my iPad here, or get myself to come up on the iPad here. And there I am. And these were the card bases, and there were 8. They had some that the stripes went this direction, and then some that the stripes went this direction. So I took the card bases from this kit to make the other cards. But it came with a stamp set. Each of the paper pumpkin kits comes with its own stamp set for the month. Comes with all of the papers that you need to make the project for the kit. And again, I took all of the card bases out. This one are the layering pieces, envelopes, and I took those out to use. Die cut labels that you would stamp on. And these are pre-stamped die cut pieces. And then you had, this was a international set, so it had greetings in 3 different languages, English, French, and I think German. And then we had, this is in gold, and you'll notice it has a little bit of a flat look to it, and you just had to wash it off to make it shiny, and then some gold flags to use behind your design. Includes glue dots, and if needed in your project, dimensionals, and the twine. And I had gotten 4 kits this month, so I've got lots of pieces. And then it comes with a set of instructions, which I must have in one of my other boxes. Or, no, it's still in one of, yeah. It comes with a set of instructions, which you can follow. And for some people who have old eyes like me, these can be hard to read because the font is so small. There's a video that comes out each month that you can follow along. And it tells you shows you step by step. And it does now give you words on what to do as well. For the October kit, and the kit is named by the month that you order it. This kit, the cutoff date to buy it was the 10th of October. So therefore it's called. Again, it made 8 cards. This is how the design of one of the cards for the instructions was. You took 2 of the flower pieces over one of the knit, already pre-embossed pieces, layered with dimensionals with one of the gold flags behind it. You stamped the greeting with one of the ink spots that came in the kit. I had already pulled those. You cut off a piece of twine according to the directions they had on there. You layer your pieces. Easy peasy, you've got your card. You just stamped your greeting once. Everything else was pre-die cut and pre-stamped in the kit. On the back of my cards, I have some stamps that I had made with my personal information on the back, and the Stampin' Up! Copyright stamp and the paperpumpkin.com stamp came in some stamp sets that I have that allow me to first of all, put my information out there, and the copyright stamp allows me, if I want to sell it under the Angel policy. This was one of the designs, and I have 4 cards that I made with that design. And then I have 2 cards that I made in the portrait setting, where I used one of the gold die cut words piece. It used one of the cutout dies, and you stamped the wreath over the pre-inked wreath in a lighter color green. Die cut tags, wrapped the linen thread around the knit pre-embossed piece, attached it all with dimensionals, and there's my card. And again, I stamped my information on the back. On the inside, I pulled a greeting from one of the card kits in the Holiday Mini. It is the, hold on, let me grab that kit over here. It is the Joy of Sharing card kit, and it also comes with its own, and I have not made this one yet, its own stamps set of its own personal stamp set, and I'll be probably working on this one next, so I'm going to put that in there so I don't forget. But that's where I pulled that greeting from. So these are going to be, actually these are going to be my cards I send out this year. So I wanted to go ahead and get on the video today, so because I have been actually making cards. I just have been very bad about getting on my blog and video sharing with you people. So I have two cards with that design. Same design, similar layout. I used the word, and I changed the layout a little bit. They had Joy to the World underneath it there. I thought it was a little bit too crowded, so I put it down at the bottom, to the world. Other than that, the design was the same greeting on the inside, and I had 2 of those. It came with envelopes. The envelopes were pre-lined, which I thought was marvelous. And you should never send out a naked envelope. If you're a true stamper, you're going to stamp the outside of your envelope to give it a little bit of happiness on the outside as well. And so I did that for all of these envelopes here. And these 8 cards will go out in the mail today, or this week. I won't say today. So that's 8 cards that I have done. Now the November kit was a gift card holder kit. And I'll show you what I did with, let me show you what I did with it first. I took the card bases out of one of my other, well, actually 2 of my other October kits, because I wasn't going to make those same cards again, but I will use the pieces on some other card stock. And instead of making these little gift card holders, and I'll show you, and you could still actually make them one as part of the card. Here, I've got a gift card handy, and I'll show you what I mean. Take a gift card, there's an opening here where it will just slip down in there. And I would actually add a pull tab or something to the card so that it doesn't get overlooked. But you could include that as part of your card. And give it that way as a gift. Or just not include a gift card. Or you can tuck a little note down in there. Just make sure that you include some kind of, that there's something in there to be retrieved. I went ahead and assembled it as the 3D item was to be. I added the little candy dots that came with the kit. Stamped the same greeting on the inside from the Joy of the Season kit. And again, my information is on the back. There were 3 different gingerbread house designs in the kit. Used this Merry Christmas stamp from another stamp set because I wasn't, I didn't really like the one that came with the gingerbread paper pumpkin kit, and I used this stamp from the Christmas Gleaming stamp set. So you can use stamps from other sets. You don't have to just use paper pumpkin with the paper pumpkin, and you can use paper pumpkin on other things, and you can use non-paper pumpkin on paper. You know what I'm saying? You can intermix them. You don't have to limit them to just what comes with the kit. So there are these 3 variables, and they're all on these. And I have now 15 gingerbread cards. Now these card bases are bigger than the Stampin' Up's normal envelopes, and I'll show you what I mean. These are the card bases that came with the October kit, and this is the Stampin' Up envelope. It'll be easier to show it from this side. And see how much longer the card base is than the envelope. So I cut, so it's really 5.5 instead of, sorry, it's 5 3/4 instead of 5.5 off, so that my cards would fit inside the Stampin' Up's envelopes. And why, you ask? Because as I showed you, the envelopes that came with these card bases were red on the inside, and to me it did not go with the cinnamon cider coloring of the gingerbread houses. So I didn't want to use the ones that came with that base. So I used a regular Stampin' Up envelope, and in the gingerbread stamp set there is a gingerbread house. And I stamped that on the front of each envelope, and that's supposed to be smoke, all of that, when I open the kit below and actually make one of the gift cards for you. Set this aside. That goes in that box. But again, I have 15 cards by combining the 2 paper pumpkin kits and taking the gift cards and making them into Christmas cards. So you don't have to use the kit as it's intended. You could convert it to cards if you want to. Now here's the November kit. This is the stamp set. Again, here's the gingerbread house that I stamped on the envelopes and the little smoke stacks that came out. Looks like when it comes in the mail, you'll have your stamp set, a flyer for either alternatives to use to make cards out of alternative projects, or a sneak peek of what the next month kit will be, an ink spot, and then tissue paper wrap, and inside that you'll find the contents of that month's kit. And I don't have fingernails anymore, so it's really hard for me to get this stuff out. And set that gift wrap aside. Put this over here. Open this. Okay, now if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you prefer not to use the ink spots that come in your kit, let me warn you that in this month's kit, it's Blushing Bride, and the color of the ink spot is darker than the full-size pad of the Blushing Bride ink pad for some reason. So I used my full-size pad and watched the video. It's going to be darker and you'll notice it. Here's the 3 different types of gingerbread houses. I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to set all of these aside. Okay, and then these are the envelopes that you would use if you're going to use them as gift cards holders. Set those aside. These are your pre-die cut for the house I chose. With the yellow door, I'm going to need a pink one. So I'm going to set that aside. And then need the one with, I need this house. You'll notice that you have a pop out for that door. People saved it and used it to make picker, a little bitty piece, and made gumdrops out of it. I'm not going to do it, but that's just a thought for you. And then in the back of this are more house cutouts, which is for the back side. Set these aside. Get my used stamp set because I'm gonna give this extra one away. Some of you guys out there. And this is my little packet of goodies. These are the adhesives and the embellishments. This is double-sided sticky tape. These are they're actually very soft and squishy. They're the little peppermint candies. They're flat and self-adhesive on one side, glue dots, and 2 sheets of dimensionals. Now, my instructions are here, but I watched the video and then I just looked at the pictures on the front. So, what you do is this block, size D block, and if you're a first-time subscriber to Paper Pumpkin in your very first kit, you will get a size D block, but it'll be about half as thick as this. For your photopolymer stamps, it's best to let them set flat on the surface to rest. That way, if you've pulled them and stretched them, they'll fall back into shape. Set your block down, pick it up. Watched me before, know that on my photopolymers, first use, I prime them with Versamark. I've used it before, but I'll go ahead and go through that step. I'm going to go ahead and use my Blushing Bride full-size ink pad because I prefer not to have to mess with the stamp spot when inking up a big stamp like this. And I'm going to stamp There you go. And then you actually stamp it again on this one. Okay. Now I need this other filigree piece. The other side here. And since I've already used this, I'm not going to prime it again, but I just did it on that other piece to show you. And I'm going to stamp this at the top. Could have done better. Did this one better. There you go. Okay. Assemble this, fold it on the score lines. Fold it on the score lines. Gonna need a piece of tear and tape. On the outside of this flap. Now the instructions are to just remove that adhesive, fold this over, and then it's open at both the top and the bottom. But I didn't want my gift card to fall all the way through, so I took my all-purpose adhesive and tapped just a very fine line of adhesive down along the bottom. Not a string, but just tapped some dots. Didn't want it to gush up on the inside. See if you can see the very fine dots that I put there. And hold it for a few seconds to let that multi-purpose glue get us a grip there. Okay. Dimensionals. I'll put one right there. Fingernails. Okay, to line this up, you'll just come over to your little gingerbread house and line it up so that you don't see brown on your doorway when you have it at the bottom. Slap that baby down. Then on the back, I'm still using snail until I run out of refills, but we do have a new called seal, Stampin' seal. I haven't opened it yet, but I do have them. Waiting until I run out of my snails. Put this on the back. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could turn this into a Christmas tree ornament, punch a hole in it, and put some ribbon on. Let's see. In the stamp set, there is a to and a from stamp. You could stamp to and from here, and you can hang this with the gift card on your tree, or you could stamp the to and from on the envelope, put the gift card inside, and then put this in, and then here's your envelope. And you have enough to do 15. Then you would, of course, you can decorate it with these however you want. If you'll notice on these cards, I just did them around and one on the outside, but where they have them around the door. It's however you want to decorate them. It's up to you. One thing else before I go, wanted to show you a card kit that I had put together. Not a card kit, but a tag kit that I can make into cards if I want to. It is a kit called, hold on a second. Tag Buffet Project Kit. And it was one of the first things I actually made. And it's been sitting in this little box that it came. And it makes really beautiful gift tags. They're huge. I mean, look at it in my hand. It's huge. Again, it's one of those where it comes, all of these were pre-stamped, inked, and die cut. You just popped them out. These flags were the same. All I had to do was stamp it. The tags were, I just popped them out and layered them. This one's just trim at the top, and on the back I stamped to and from. But all I need to do to turn these into a card is to get some cardstock and glue the first tag down, and voila, I have a card. So while it's a tag kit, and make them all into cards. Your card base can be any color you want. It can be white. You can add another layer of cardstock under it, or you can make it, I think this is shaded spruce. You could put shaded spruce with a gold layer under it, or sorry, cat attack. Or real red. I think it's real red. It might be cherry cobbler, but I think it's real red. And I think it might be pool party. But it comes with an ornament, the cardinal. Let's see, a Christmas tree. Stocking, and let's see, holly and some other leaves, and then presents. So what does it say it makes? Should tell me how many it makes. Well, let me count them. However many tags it makes would be however many cards. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I'm sure it's 30. I must have just counted wrong. I'm going to say there's 30 in there. Two must have stuck together. So I'm going to say 30 tags. So, there you go. So that would be 30 more cards if you didn't want to use them as tags. So, isn't this... I think that's all I have put together. And thanks for sticking through with me. I will try to take pictures of these projects and post them to my blog, but I wanted to run them through with a video to explain them to you, showing you pictures on my blogs and on Facebook. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. I don't know what else I could share with you. The new catalog will be coming out in January. I would always like you to become a member of my team if you'd like. If you did, you could order from the new catalog starting now, because demonstrators pre-order began yesterday. Send me an email if you'd like more information about becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. make all kinds of fun projects, see all of the fun products before they come out in the catalog to the general public. Don't know what else to say. Kind of brain fog the last few days. I think that's about it. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. Still getting my house ready to go on the market. My husband is after me to clean up my craft room, and all I want to do, of course, is make projects. So it's kind of hard to clean when you want to just play. So anyway, thank you for stopping by, and I look forward to sharing more projects with you in the future. Until next time.